know about this hidden expansion up there, so that could spell disaster. These roaches doing a ton of damage, and with all these eggs, you can really start pumping out a ton of units. He does have that hidden expansion, so we're gonna see he's going right for the Nexus. That Nexus is gonna go down, but I don't know. It seems to be a pretty intense base race. Just a lot of roaches popping out. We're gonna see he's gonna keep those inside his base, and just running around here. He's going to go straight for the next Nexus, stop all mining, and we're going to see still not pulling back. He's just in the main, killing the Roach Warren, basically mopping up the main here. Not too much left here, but at the same time, these roaches are doing a ton of damage.
Yeah, if we take a quick look at the income tab, because that's been shut down for Hasu, both his Nexus have been destroyed, his income has dropped to 0, so Dimaga's actually in a pretty comfortable position at this point because he still has that mining natural expansion, although expect that to go down pretty soon, but then he has the hidden expansion as well, but Hasu actually attempting to grab his own hidden expansion right here on the high ground. Unfortunately for him, that is pretty close to where Dimaga has all his stuff going on, so that would probably get scouted pretty easily. So, honestly, I'm still not sure which way this is gonna go.
Yeah, a couple force fields going off there, killing a lot of those drones. Like you said, that hidden expansion is going up, but these roaches are going to scout it, I believe, right here, unless they turn. Oh, no, they are not going to see it. So still he has no idea that is going on.
No, he actually just did follow some probes back to the hidden expansion and find that.
So he's going to see that there, and I don't see too much how Hasu's going to win here. There is a lot of buildings across the map here, but there is still, I mean, a lot of buildings for Hasu, so it's just really going to be who can kill the most buildings the quickest.
We actually had, for a second, Hasu looked like he was about to throw down a random Nexus where these Overlords were before he realized the Overlords were there, just to try to keep himself in this, so little act of desperation there, and Hasu is at this point being revealed, so Dimaga is going to know where all those buildings are, going to be able to trace them, or track them all down rather, and Hasu is still not quite sure where Dimaga's last expansion is, although I think he's probably figuring it out around now.
Yeah, so he's got 1,300 minerals rather, and he's gonna run up here. I think he definitely needs to engage these roaches, although that is a pretty large number of roaches. He is throwing down another roach warren, and if he doesn't scout this expansion quick, those 2,100 minerals is gonna turn into a lot of roaches. So it does look like he might engage this right here. Right now, he's got to get off some force fields. He definitely has to cut this units in half, getting a couple there, blocking them off, and those are gonna go down pretty quickly.
Dimaga even actually finding this next expansion that Hasu is trying to throw up and managing to shoot that down too, and I think Dimaga rather has the larger force right now, the more deadly force, but Hasu does have the force field, so a couple good force fields can really turn this in his favor. But we also have to remember that Dimaga still actually has bases that he's going to be able to produce off of to make some more units, whereas Hasu does not, so Dimaga is going to be able to continuously reinforce, and that is going to be an advantage to him. He just needs to be careful not to lose large parts of his army.
Yeah, he definitely has a very commanding roach force. You don't want to engage that. He just wants to keep siphoning
the entire thing getting cut in half there, though, by some beautiful force fields and killing so much of the army there. He just lost a ton of roaches, so really bad for him. Dimaga even saying lol. I think he is kind of understanding how silly this situation that they find themselves in is. Both players are afraid to directly confront the other, and both of them running around. And I'm surprised that Dimaga hasn't just decided to pull back and try to kill Hasu's few remaining buildings. There is another Nexus going up pretty much at the opposite side of the map from his main base. So now we do have all of Hasu's units moving up here, going to try to take out this expansion. All those roaches getting cut in half by these force fields, and that Colossus is able to do a lot of damage, just managing to stay out of range. But it does, the Colossus actually not going down. I thought it was going to for a second. So Dimaga getting forced into an uncomfortable position here is losing a lot of units. I cannot talk today. That spawning pool even getting shot at by those stalkers, and Dimaga in a pretty grim situation at this point.
Yeah, Dimaga lost a ton of these roaches just with really good force fields. Is keeping him in the game. He's killed that spawning pool now. This Colossus has 31 kills, so he is racking up the numbers here, and there's not a lot of roaches left to deal with this. 2 roaches inside the base here, and there's still just a lot of buildings left scattered across the map. Another expansion going up for Hasu in the middle of the map here, and just gotta be careful. Dimaga is just really finding this very hilarious. These two roaches are gonna see the expansion, but are to no avail, as they are gonna go down very quickly. Actually, they don't see the expand, but these ones do see the expand, and they are gonna run away before they die. Just a lot of random roaches on the map. He's got his force of roaches. He's starting to rebuild them. And he's just off one base here, as slowly but surely the Hasu army is slowly falling, but he does have immortals in there, which is pretty much the perfect counter. Even gonna lose this other roach here, so just a lot of roaches around the map getting taken out.
The one unfortunate thing for Dimaga is that he has not yet realized that there is an observer directly behind his roach army, so Hasu actually knows exactly where that army is going to be moving around to at any given point. And that's going to make it very difficult for Dimaga to sneak in and kill any buildings or anything like that, or to manage to run by and snipe this one still producing Nexus.
Yeah, so that army is going to be moving around. They do have the speed upgrade, but I think that Observer is going to be able to follow up with them pretty easily. He just has that one base going now. He is going to start reproducing some drones here, and not a moment too early, because he's only at 330 minerals. Even shooting down some Overlords here, but he's not going to be supply blocked very soon. He's just got to be careful not to get these units separated too much, as he just doesn't want to get... Oh, but he is actually supply blocked, so I take my words back. He is now going to have to produce some other units here, but just a ton of roaches being produced, and just not a big army size left for Hasu.
Yeah, I think the best thing Dimaga could actually do right now is take advantage of the terrain to try to get kind of a two-pronged attack on Hasu while he was still on that high ground and try to snipe this Nexus, because Hasu... I don't think he would be able to block off both directions of that attack easily enough with force fields. So if Dimaga came in from both directions, he would probably be able to make something happen. And that looks like it's actually exactly what he's going to do, but mistiming it just a little bit, so one army arrives too soon, does get cut off. The other army does manage to sneak in the back now, and is actually going to be able to do quite a bit of damage, especially since so much energy was used up on those force fields from the back. So this army, still a lot of good force fields going down, but that army is pretty much surrounded from both sides. And those roaches are even going to sneak back, get a few probe kills, just try to take out this army, come in from both directions. But Hasu just so on top of the force fields this game, is doing really well with this. And he is going to start sniping everything. Can't quite tell if he's going to have enough though.
Yeah, he's just got to keep these Immortals alive, because they do so much damage. He's down to 2 Immortals, 2 Stalkers, and this one Colossus, 37 kills.
Colossus dying though, second Immortal dying, and Hasu GG's.
Such a good game. Just too many roaches to deal with in this mining expansion was really what kept him out of this game, because there was no way he could compete with his standing army against a constantly respawning army, no matter what he had. He had really perfect gameplay during those things, perfect force fields. There was just really nothing he could do to beat that army. So just a constant wave of roaches, and eventually they're going to kill your army. I think that Colossus was up to like 40 kills or something, so he was definitely paid off for. You almost got an achievement there. I guess if you get 50 kills with one unit, you would have grabbed that.
He
nice
probably already
achievement.
has that by now, to be honest. I mean, I have that achievement. I think Hasu probably has that achievement.
Yeah, probably. But anyway, really good game there. It was the best out of 2. Dimaga did take both games, so I think that is going to wrap up our series.
No, I think we actually do have one more game to cast. It must have been a best of 5 or something like that, I guess. I know we have at least one more game that we need to get on top of. So we will try to pump that out, and hopefully you enjoyed that. Curse of the Panda Bear guy strikes once again, as Dimaga does manage to come back from a huge deficit and take this game. So hopefully you guys enjoyed, and we will get on to game 3.
All right, see you guys next time.